Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So as you can see from the title below that today we are going to study about nouns, and nouns might seem like a very easy topic, but it's also very interesting, and I'll try to tell you things that you must have not uh, you know paid importance to. Okay, so basically when someone asks what is a noun, you just say noun is a name of person, place, animal or thing. Okay, but there is more to it than just these four things. So, everything that you see around you, first of all, whether it may be the curtain, the window, the birds, the bed, the wall, everything is a noun because it's a name of that thing. So, nouns are the naming words. Nouns are the naming words. Simple as that. Nouns means naming words. Okay, so names of what? Obviously, names of person, names of places, names of animals, names of birds, not only animals, obviously, birds, names of things, names of emotions as well. For example, honesty. Honesty is the best policy. What is the noun in this? Honesty is the noun in this. So it's an attribute, or we can say qualities. Also, these are considered under nouns. So nouns are not just names of person, place, animals or things. It's also birds and emotions or qualities, and also materials, because you can't consider gold into a thing because it's a raw material. So gold, silver, cement, wood, paper, all these things comes under the category of material nouns. So what are nouns? Nouns are obviously the naming words. Naming words, names of what? Names of person, place, animal, bird, thing, emotions and materials. These seven things. Okay, so moving on, the next topic under this nouns is the two categories into which noun is divided, that is the countable nouns and the uncountable nouns. So countable nouns are the nouns that we can count, like we can count the things, we can count the birds, we can count the animals, we can count people, we can count places. So these are countable nouns. And uncountable nouns, as the name suggests, the nouns that which we cannot count. For example, we can't count emotions, we can't count abstract. I'll tell you the kinds also. So we can't count emotions. For example, honesty, he was one honest, he was two honest. No, we can't tell how honest, or how we just can't put it into account that how honest he is. Okay, so uncountable nouns, in that comes the emotions. Then also materials are also uncountable until and unless we put a unit to it. For example, if I say I have one gold, I have two gold, not possible until and unless we put a unit. Or like carrot, up till then it's uncountable. Also, if I ask you, tell me, is water countable? Obviously the liquids are uncountable. I can't say one coffee, I'll have to say one cup of coffee. Then it is countable. The cup is countable. The uh, coffee itself is uncountable. Similarly, if I ask you, is money countable? Money is uncountable because we don't say I have one money, I have two money. We'll have to put a unit currency to it, then only it's countable. Okay, then if I say cash, is it countable or uncountable? It's again uncountable because we don't say I have one cash, I have two cash. No, you have to put a unit and a currency to it, then only you can say that yes, I have this much cash. Okay, so now moving on to the third point under the topic nouns, that is the genders of the nouns. So there are four genders. First, masculine, that is the male gender. Next, the feminine, that is the opposite, the female gender. Then there is the common gender, means, for example, if I say a boy, boy is the masculine gender, a girl, girl is a feminine gender. But if I say a baby, baby can be a boy or a girl, both. So it can be any, in fact. So it is a common gender. Common, one more example, a child. A child can be a boy child or a girl child. So a child is a noun and it has no masculine or feminine gender, but it has a common gender because a child can either be a male or a female, both. Okay, next comes neuter gender, which are basically the non-living things which do not have a life, and things which do not have life can't be divided into masculine or feminine or common gender because they don't have a gender at all. So they are neuter gender. For example, when you know, if you know how to drive a car, you'll know neutral. You put it into neutral means it's into no gear. Similarly, neuter gender means no gender. Okay, so like a curtain has no gender, a showpiece has no gender, so it's neuter gender noun. Okay, so now the next point under the topic nouns is the kinds of nouns. So the first kind would be the common noun. For example, supposedly there are five people standing: Ramesh, Suresh, Raina, Akash, and Rohit. So I can simply say there are five boys. So boys is the noun. So this noun boy, I have used for all five of them, isn't it? Instead of calling them Rakesh, Suresh, and Raina, and Rohit, and Akash, I've just said boys. So boys is the common name for all the masculine, you know, young masculines standing over there. So boys is a common noun because it is commonly used for all the young males over there. So again, if I suppose I see a group of young females standing, I would say ladies, or I would say girls. So girls, ladies, all these are common nouns because every young female could be called a girl. So similarly, a box which I have or a box which you have is a box. Its common name is box. A sofa which I'm sitting on, or if a sofa which you have, it's a common name sofa. It has a common name sofa. So common nouns are the names of the nouns which are common for for all the things lying under that category. Trees, all the trees around me are trees, all the trees around your house are trees. Okay, so it's just the basic thing. So common nouns are the name given to a class of things which belong to the same category. Okay, next comes the proper noun. So when I was saying that there is a group of boys standing over there, which included Suresh, Ramesh, and Raina, and Rohit, and Akash. So if I said boys, come here, so all of them would come. If I wanted to call someone in particular, example Raina, so I will have to call out with his special name, not with his common name. So his special name is Raina. Similarly, if I have a dog and you have a dog, common name is dog. But if my dog's name, I have to put a special name to that dog to have its own identity. Otherwise, it would be very difficult for me to call it out in a bunch of the same category. If he's with some other dogs, I'll have to call him out with a special name. So the special names are the proper nouns. Suppose I teach in Orange County School. There are many schools, but what is the special name of my school is Orange County. So these special names are proper nouns, just the opposite of common nouns. Okay, moving on to the next category, that is material noun. Material noun, as I told earlier, are the names of the materials. Materials cannot be things because things are the output and materials are used to make things. So materials are a separate concept than things. Because if you say a earring is a final output which you get to wear. It's a thing. But if I say gold, then gold is a material. Silver is a material. Bronze is a material from which it is made. So material nouns. Next comes abstract nouns. Abstract nouns are the nouns which we cannot see or touch. We can only feel it. Like I said, emotions obviously we can't see and touch. We can only feel that emotion. So emotions, for example, honesty, innocence, terror, or happiness are the nouns which can't be seen or touched. They can only be felt, and these nouns lie under the category of abstract nouns. Okay, next one is collective noun. Collective noun, as we can identify from the name itself, is a collection of a similar category, categoried unit to make a single unit. For example, an army of soldiers. So when soldiers come together, they form an army. That army is a collective noun because it's a collection of soldiers. So when we'll say army, we'll not say use it as plural, we'll use an army of soldiers because army is one big collection of soldiers. So when we'll say soldiers, it will be plural, but when we'll say army, then it will be singular because it's the name of that whole group of soldiers. Okay, similarly, if I say a board of directors, so or a panel of judges, so the panel is a noun and it's a collection of judges. So the common noun come together and they make a collective noun. So collective nouns are basically grouped together common nouns or nouns to form a complete unit. Okay, so I've given you a few examples like army of soldiers, a group of people, group, army, troop of singers, troop, uh, a bunch of sticks, a bunch, a heap of clothes, heap. So all these are examples of collective nouns. Okay, so basically there are these 5 types of kinds of nouns. Also you can add the earlier discussed countable and uncountable nouns also in this. If someone asks you what are concrete nouns, concrete, CONCRETE. So concrete nouns are basically the nouns which we can see, feel and touch. So for example, the common nouns. Common nouns are concrete nouns. Proper nouns. Proper nouns are concrete nouns. Uh, collective nouns. Collective nouns are concrete nouns. Why? Because we can see them, we can feel them, we can touch them. But abstract nouns are not concrete nouns because we cannot touch and see them. We can only feel them. So if I ask you, her ambition knew no bounds. So in this sentence, the noun is ambition. And ambition is which kind of noun? Concrete or abstract? Ambition would be an abstract